Welcome back to another Odyssey 40k video. In this one we're going to review every single faction at LVO with one list. I've gone through the faction rankings for every faction, found the best player in attendance, and have picked up their list. So let's go through every single faction, the top player in attendance playing that list, and see what they're bringing. I'm not going to deep dive in every list, I'm just going to go through the list, give a quick thought, and then go on to the next list, because there's 25 lists to go through here, so we're going to make this fast, snappy as we can, and hopefully there will be links in the description of where each faction starts, so you can click to exactly which faction you want to look at. Okay, so we got Sisters of Battle first. Champions of Faith, Alex Sabin. Probably won't pronounce everyone's names correctly, so apologies for that in advance. Okay, so we have Champions of Faith, which is the new detachment. Awesome, awesome. So we got Astra Militarum and Agatha Dolan, 2 Canonesses, Junith, Morven Vow, Unit of Battle Sisters, 1 Immolator with multi-melters, 3 Arco-Flagellants, 3 Castigators, looks like 2 autocannons, 1 battle cannon, 30 Sacrosands, cool. 1 unit of Paragons and 1 unit of Novitiates. This for Sisters seems like pretty standard stuff. The 30 Sacrosands, I'm surprised he went for the full 30, but seems this guy definitely knows more about Sisters than I do, so I will not put anything there. Great that he's using the new detachment. Obviously thinks that there's still some legs to it, which is really awesome. And yeah, that's a cool list. That's one done. On to the next. We have Nassim and his Astra Militarum Bridgehead Strike. I've gone over this list in my other video, talking about the top 5 players in attendance, but let's go through this one quickly as well. So it's a Bridgehead Strike Force. It's got 1, 2, 3 Tempestus Command Squads, 2 Tank Commanders, Ursula Creed, 1, 2 Catachin Jungle Fighter units, an Infantry Squad, 1, 2, 3, 4 Tempestus Scion Squads with 5 Hotshot laser guns, 2 melter guns, 2 plasma guns. Sergeant has a plasma pistol and power fist. 2 Taurox, 1 Taurox Prime, Field Ordnance Battery, 1, 2 Heavy Weapon Squads, 1 Ogryn Squad, and an Aquilon Squad. As I said in my other video, very strong unit, very strong army. The Scions feel really flavorful in the new detachment, but they also pack an absolute punch. If you don't have ways to screen them, they will absolutely overrun you. Really good luck to Nassim, and on to the next. We have Cullen and his Aeldari. It's the battle host, so not the new Grotmus detachment. It's got an Autarch on foot, Avatar of Cain, Farseer on foot, Fugin, Karandris, and Solitaire. Here's 1, 2, 3 Falcons, okay. 1, 2 units of Fire Dragon, so really ticking for the anti-tank or anti-tough unit kind of styles there. 1, 2, 3 units of Shroud Runners. I actually really rate Shroud Runners. I think they are like quite competitively costed at 80 points per unit. They do a lot. 1, 2 units of Striking Scorpions. 1 10-man of Striking Scorpions must go with Karandris, and then 1 5-man. The 10-man with Karandris would actually be quite a strong unit. 1, 2 units of Swooping Hawks for some mission play and some extra damage. Really nice. Aeldari aren't doing super hot at the moment, but this list looks like it has a really great way of taking on all comers. The Autarch on foot being able to jump with, I believe they can jump with the aspects. Yeah, really nice list. Really like it. Good luck to Cullen, and on to the next. Just really going to shoot through these guys. Like I don't really have the none of us have the time to really deep dive into every single list here, but I just wanted to kind of show everyone what the top lists are, and you know, it's good for myself to get some extra extra sight on it as well. So next we have Adrian with his Adeptus Mechanicus Halo Screed Battleclade. Okay, so he has 2 Techno Archaeologists as his HQs, and then he has 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Skitarii Rangers. Okay, 4 units of Skitarii Rangers. 1, 2, 3 units of 2 Ballistari with las cannons, all of them. 1 5-man of Skystalkers. 2 10-man of sterilizers with the flamers. Oof. 1 10-man of infiltrators, 2 5-man infiltrators, and then 3 10-man of Sicarian Rustalkers. This army is designed to absolutely punish you. It does, like, this list has some decent firepower, but so many bodies you need to chew through. It is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, really interesting list. Really, like, I think it's designed to just be a primary denial army and just hit your opponent, stop their primary, hold your primary, and just kind of force that kind of game state on your opponent. Really good luck to Adrian here, and on to the next. Okay, now we have Folger Piles. This is the guy that won the World Championships of Warhammer earlier, late last year. And yeah, so let's see what he's got. He's got a Solar Spearhead list, so he's using the new Grotmist attachment, which is awesome. He has a Blade Champion with Adamantine Talisman for the extra strength and damage. His sweeps become absolutely insane. And he has a Teleman with the 5-up Fiono Pain. 1/2 Caladius with Arachnus Blaze Cannons. A unit of 4 Wardens. 1/2 units of Prosecutors for some objective play and mission play. 1/2 Telemans. So that's 3 Teleman Heavy Dreadnoughts total. And then 3 Venerable Dreadnoughts with multi-melters. Similar list that I've seen a lot of people play. It's just really heavy on the threat saturation. It's really hard to kill all those dreadnoughts in one or two turns, especially if they push them all at your face, turn like 3 or 4. The Venerables coming back to life is also a real pain. Really strong list. Folger is a very strong player. All the best to him. What's up next? We have Jeff Dew and his Dark Angels Gladius Task Force. Okay. Sweet. So we have Gladius. It's got Azrael, a Judicia, Lieutenant with Combi Weapon, Samael. Oh, awesome. It has Assault Intercessor Squad. Makes sense. Assault Intercessor, 1 unit of JPIs, 2 units of Deathwing Knights. Awesome. That's I still think Deathwing Knights are very good. They're expensive now, but they're still pack a punch and they are still very hard to kill. 1 unit of Infiltrators. I think Infiltrators are a must now. I think Bridgehead, with all the 6-inch deep strikes coming out and being powerful, you just kind of have to take Infiltrators or the Infiltrator-like effect if you have it. Inner Circle Companions, a unit of 6 of those. 1 unit of Outriders. Another like low-key shining unit now. Like the +1 damage on the charge really makes this unit punch up pretty hard, especially in Gladius, being able to give them the extra AP and advance in charge. Look into Outriders if you have some. 1 unit of Reavers, really nice. Unit of Scouts, a bit of mission play there, and objective control manipulation with Reavers. 2 Vindicators. Yeah, I think Vindicators are a bit finicky, but they are still, every Space Marine seems to be taking multiple of them, so I must be wrong here. And the Calidus Assassin. Really, really tidy list. Really like the 2 units of Deathwing Knights in this. Really just wants to hold the midboard, control the game. Really nice list. Good luck to Jeff. Next we have Timothy and his Chaos Knights Traitorous Lance. What do we start with? We got a War Dog Stalker, so it's going to be all the small dogs. So we've got a Stalker with Aura of Terror, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Brigands with Avenger Chain Cannons and Demon Breath Spears. Very nice. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Carnivores. Yep, so the very cookie cutter list here. And then 1 unit of Blue Horrors. I actually really like the Blue Horrors. I think that the 10-man infiltrate unit that can just hold an objective, it's got OC, so it can still control things. You can actually use them to do objectives. They're not the 40 points of Nurglings, but they actually add a lot to the list. Yes, I know if you take out those 2, you can actually add another. You can take a Wardog Huntsman as well. I don't know if the extra Wardog is worth it. I think you do need the Infiltrators, and I think this is actually a really interesting addition to this kind of style of archetype. But it's a stat check list, right? Like all Chaos Knight lists are. It's just, can you kill the vehicles before they kill you? The heavy OBSEC object control of all the units is really tough to deal with sometimes, but it's a strong list, and I hope Timothy all the best in his games. Cool. What have we got next? we got Kevin and his Chaos Demons Legions of Excess. Now, this detachment has been absolutely running rampant in the meta the last couple of weeks. It's a lot of people are saying it's one of the strongest attachments out of Grotmas, even though it was not really said to be that strong when it first came out. But yeah, it seems to be really running rampant in the meta right now. So let's see what he's taken. He's got the Contorted Epitome, 1-2 keepers, both with the 2 with enhancements. Then he has the Mask and Torment Bringer with the I think that's +1 to wound. I think one of the keepers has the +1 to hit, and then the +1 to wound is on the Torment Bringer. +1 to wound on Demonettes is just absolutely insane. Okay, what has he got here? 1 unit of Demonettes, 1 unit of Nurglings. Nurglings is, again, still just very good. 1 Beast of Nurgle. Okay, I like that. I like the little Beast of Nurgle. Annoying to kill. Can deep strike down, just do some secondaries for you. I quite like it. 3 units of 6 Fiends. Fiends in this detachment are absolutely baller, so I understand why you'd want to take maximum of them. 2 Seeker Chariots. Okay. Seeker Chariots I'm not 100% sold on. That is so big. Like their footprint is just physically just very big. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how those go. And then 1 unit of 5 Seekers just to be another little nuisance piece. They base movement 14, so very, very fast. Really good at doing secondaries, really good at just harassing your opponent as well. So the trick with this list is basically if you go into a shooting matchup and you can connect, you just win the game, because you can just reroll hit and wound with everything in your army when it gets into combat, and you just pick up swathes of your opponent's army, especially if they don't have any melee. So like Tau and stuff have to be very, Tau and other shooting armies have to be very cautious and screen really heavily to make sure that they can't just tag into your vehicles early on, into your Riptides, into your Hammerheads and stuff like that. Otherwise, it'll just be game over instantly. So you have to play really tight and make sure you can kill these key resources before Legions of Excess get in. And the Legions of Excess just have to dodge the, I guess the Death Guard matchup's probably pretty bad. Other melee matchups could be pretty tricky to deal with, but definitely manageable, just tricky to navigate. But yeah, really interesting list, really like it. I hope Kevin goes really far with a style list like this. I think the list has so much legs and it's just so heavy to hard hitting, heavy hitting. That yeah, I hope he has a good run. So what's coming up next? We have Derek and his CSM Chaos Cults list. Also gone over this one in the top 5 players in attendance. This list is awesome, by the way. So it's Chaos Cults, so you get the plus move and charge bonuses on your damned units. He's got Cypher for the extra CP within 12. Dark Apostle with Amulet of Tainted Vigor, which lets him res units. So you can do cool tricks and grab primary with that. 2 Dark Communes, one with the 2 good enhancements you can take. Fabius Bile, which is the one thing that I'm curious about how he uses. He does have his own YouTube channel, which you should go check out, which is 40k Dirtbags. And check out how he plays at Fabius Bile. I'm actually quite interested in that. He has 4 units of Cultists, 6 units of Trader Guardsmen. And the Trader Guardsmen are good here because you have strats for making your shooting a bit more hard hitting, and this unit has a flamer, has a melter gun, has a plasma gun. So it just has some decent shooting already, so when you amplify that, they actually hit quite a bit harder than you expect. Has 1 Rhino, 3 units of Accursed Cultists, max size. So I know the Surge Boos have been neutered, that you can only do each Accursed Cultist can only surge once per turn, but it's still a really good ability, and your opponent still has to play around it, and sometimes if they want to hold primary, they can't play around it. So it makes your opponent have to play really differently. And in this detachment, the Accursed Cultist can just kill so much. And then with his allied units, he has a unit of Demonettes, Celeste, which I'm assuming attaches to the Demonettes. This gives you a really nice rapid ingress and deep strike potential unit. The Accursed Cultists are good to rapid ingress, but they have to deploy through strategic reserve, so from a board edge, whereas the Demonettes and Celeste can have deep strike in the data sheet, so they can rapid ingress anyone the battlefield to really help with that positioning. Like, oh, I'm getting overrun on one side, Celeste and the Demonettes can help pressure that side back and get it back under control. Really cool list. Derek is on an absolute tear in the past year. He's doing very well. He's the best Chaos Space Marine player in attendance and one of the top 10 players in the world right now. He's doing an absolute amazing job. All the best to him. On to the next. We have Zach and his Space Marine Blood Angels. Okay. It's Angelic Inheritors, which I'm really hyped about. This is the new Grotmist attachment. Has some really cool abilities. I think Jack Harpster's bringing that. I might do another video of like the celebrities kind of like listen what they're bringing, just to be like another interesting kind of video. I really love LVO, so I'm trying to give it as much as much love as I can. So Angelic Inheritors. What do we got? Captain with Jump Pack with Blazing Icon, Commander Dante, Lieutenant and Phobos-sama, Lieutenant and Phobos-sama, and a Tech Marine. Okay, and the Sanguinor. Okay. Tech Marine and double Phobos-sama Lieutenants. Interesting. They're the ones that give the move after shooting, right? So, but you can still charge. So maybe that's what they're trying to do here. So we've got a big Plasma Inceptor squad, unit of Incursors, unit of 5 Reavers, unit of 5 Reavers, 6 Sanguinary Guards, 6 Sanguinary Guard. Okay, this list is going all in, and then 2 Vindicators. Okay. That, and a Catalyst Assassin to be a bit more mission play. This list is pretty aggressive, but I actually quite like it. With Angelic Inheritors getting the rerolls on all your character units, so the Phobos, the Lieutenant and Phobos really do push, like pressure pretty hard with the Reavers. The reroll 1s to hit and 1s to wound can be pretty nice as well. Very cool list. I'm really interested to see how this goes. It looks very cool. Yeah, all the best to Zach, and let's see what's coming up next. We've got Eric Smith and his Death Guard. Okay, so what's he got? So he's running Plague Company, so the Index attachment still. And let's see what he's got. He's got a Lord of Contagion with Deadly Pathogen. He's got Mortarion with his new Deep Strike ability. He's got the Tallyman and Typhus. The Tallyman has the droning aura. And Typhus, yep. So then we got 3 units of Death Guard Cultists, 2 units of Death Row 2 minutes, just the 3-mans. For the price, like 110 points for 3 Death Row 2 minutes is very cheap. They are very aggressively costed now. Then we have 3 Fetid Bloat Drones with flash mode or melee. I think that's the correct one. Maybe 1 with flame is nice, but the melee is really nice, so you just can't tag them and they can't do anything. I think that's quite good. 1 Mephitic Light Hauler on its lonesome, and then allied units is quite big here. What have we got? We've got a unit of Nurglings, Rodagus, okay, 2 Brigands and a Carnival. Wow, so quite heavy on the allies here. So Rodagus and Nurglings. So Nurglings you have to be able to take Rodagus, but also just very good to have. Then you got 2 Brigands for some extra good fire support, and a unit of 1 Carnival for some extra melee pressure. Really like this. The War Dog contingent gives some speed. Rodagus gives some staying power, and then you just have mission play and the good stuff from Death Guard here. Really cool list. I really like it. Awesome. Let's go on to the next. Let's go back to the top here. Okay, we've got Orks now. Oh, Tactical. I've been playing so many games of Tactical recently. I am absolutely loving it. They are so fun to play. So let's see what John Holbrook is cooked up. So Orks, Tactical Brigade. We got a Beast Boss. We got Big Mac and Mega Armor with Mech Captain, so he'll be going with a unit of Flash Gets, I presume. 1, 2, 3 Big Macs with Shock Attack Guns. Very good. Yeah, again, very good. Mork's Cunnin is just really nice. Redeploy some units. Very good. And 2 War Bosses. So this is what you'll see with a lot of tactical lists, is they have to take so many characters because you want to order all your units because the orders are so strong. So that's a good set of characters there. Then we've got the unit of Beast Nigger Boys to go with the Beast Boss. 1, 2, 3 units of Storm Boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks. Woo! Got that unit of 6 Flash Gets for the Mech Captain to go with. 1, 2 units of Gretchen. 1, 2 units of Knobs with Power Claws. Okay. I much prefer Breaker Boys than Knobs with Power Claws. but the volume that the knobs get is really nice. So if you're having an issue with just getting volume of attacks through, knobs are actually better. So that must be the issues that he's having. So that's the meta call he's chosen to go for. 1, 2, 3 units of tank busters. Yeah, tank busters are just absurd. They're so good for their points. I'm definitely going to foresee them going up to like 140, 150 points for the unit. 140 I could see. 150 is probably getting to the point where they're getting a bit too pricey, but they are very good at their current price point. They do die very quickly, so when they go up in points, it's going to be really tough. But they do need a buff. They need a nerf, and they definitely don't need a buff. Cool, yeah. John, really awesome list you have here. Really like to see how you do. I'm going to keep an eye on you throughout LVO. Now we have Joshua and his Necron Star Shatter. Oof! Star Shatter just got some heavy nerfs today, or this morning, which is going to be rather rough. But obviously not an effect for LVO. They submitted a list before this came out, so none of the new update will be LVO, I believe. So we've got a Star Shatter arsenal. What do we got here? We got Catan Shard of the Deceiver, Hexmark with Demanding Leader, Emotech the Stormlord, Scorpack Lord, and the Silent King. Totally makes sense. Love his points costs. Then we got 3 Doomsday Arcs, 2 units of Flayed Ones, 1, 2 Locust Destroyers, 1, 2 Heavy Destroyers, a unit of 3 Ophidians, and a unit of 3 Tomb Blades. Very nice, very lean. Like lots of like singular small units, and then just 3 Doomsday Arcs, and then the character package. Yeah, strong list. Like everyone's scared of it at the moment. I do think that it has some inherent weaknesses, especially against like melee pressure lists like World Eaters and even like just fast Blood Angels lists. Just like they can push faster than the Necron list, the Starship Arsenal lists can deal with it. So it becomes like a bit of like a pairing issue, like if you get paired into it. So I think Star Shatter can go all the way at LVO and make the top 8, but it has to just dodge those really aggressive melee matchups to get there. All the best for Joshua, and let's see what's coming up now. We have Drew and his Leagues of Votann. Okay, Oathband, so he's playing the Index Detachment. He's got a Carl with Grim Demeanor, makes sense. 1, 2 units of Hearthkin Warriors, 3 Sagittars with Sagittar missile launchers, so not taking the lottery cannons. Interesting. So it wants to be more consistent with his list, which is really cool. Then we have 1, 2, 3 units of Berserks, a unit of 10 Hearthguard, 1, 2 land forts with conversion beamers, then 2 units of Pioneers, so the bikes, and then a unit of Jaegers to infiltrate. Jaegers was such a great addition to Votann. They needed that infiltrate unit. It's a good price point. It's not overpowered, but it's exactly what they needed. So I'm really glad that Games Workshop saw that and then added that to their line. Really cool list here. Kind of like the generic Votann list that you are seeing at the moment. People aren't super high on Votann, but I think that they have all the legs. They have all the tools that they need to get to like a high placing in a tournament. There's just not a whole lot of people playing them at the moment. People often only play Votann when they seem very strong, whereas I feel like they are in a good position. They're just a bit tough to play right now. But yeah, all the best to Drew, and I think this list is awesome. Okay, what do we got now? Brian Jones, Imperial Knights, Noble Lance. Cool. Brian Jones, part of Art of War, I believe. Might be wrong there. Imperial Knights, Noble Lance. Cool. So we got Canis Rex and a Sarasis Knight Atropos. Ooh, okay, cool. With so that's the Warlord. We've got Canis, got one Halverin, 3 Warglaves, and then where's the rest of the list? Callous Assassin, 2 Immolators. Okay, 2 Immolators, a unit of sisters that get split between the 2 Immolators, and then Subductor Squad. Interesting. So he's playing with 2 Immolators to strip cover, making the Halverin and Canis really hit hard. That's really cool. I like that little bit of tech. And also more multi-motors is fine. Cool. And it just gives you more things to play the game with. Really cool. I like that bit of innovation there. And again, this might not be new, but to me this is really interesting. This is really cool. I like this. Really trying to flex with those Imperial agents. Awesome. Cool. Oh, all the best to Brian. Now we have Donovan and his Grey Knights playing the new Warpbane task force from Grotmus. He has a Greymaster and Nemesis Dread Knight, 1 Interceptor unit, 1, 2, 3 Dread Knights, with Incinerators and Psy Cannons and Great Hammers. Makes sense, it's the usual loadout. 1, 2, 3 Purgation Squads. Yep, that makes sense. They are very good. If you haven't played against the new Warpbane, the fact that these guys can shoot out of line of sight with full hit rerolls is just brutal. Like, there are only AP1 on the Psy Cannon, so you're getting your armor saves, but like it's 12 shots, hitting really hard, hitting 75% of the time, strength 8, so often wounding on 3s or 2s, and you fail 3 or 4 saves and your unit just dies. It's crazy. Then we have 1, 2, 3 Purifier units. As you usually do see in Warpbane, they kind of unlock a lot of the list. No Crow in this list though, was it? Yeah, no Crow, so just the 3 Purifier units. Decided to go against the Crow edition. Then for Allied, he has Careless Assassin, totally makes sense. Imperial Navy Breaches with all the stuff. They have the very fun ability of an 18-inch grenade strat, which is just really nice to be able to get that little bit of extra damage out on a unit when need be. And a rogue trader entourage to attach to them. So it also gives them infiltrate, so you can block your opponent's infiltrators and then redeploy them back to safety, because that's the rogue trader's ability. Really awesome. I think that's actually quite a cool little bit of tech. You really don't want this list to get pressured, and it's a good way of stopping that pressure from coming in early. Awesome. I actually quite like that little bit of tech. Very cool. Good list. Lots of 5-man Marines and then 4 Dread Knights. Awesome. Cool. Really cool list. Donovan, I wish you all the best. Okay, get into the far end of the list now. So what do we got? We got Robin Roberts and his Genestealer Cult Host of Ascension. This list used to be back in love the name. We've got a Benefactor, 2 Benefactors. I love that he's named everyone. And then 2 Jackal Alphas. So misunderstood Locust. This guy's this is amazing. I missed 1 Primus. 2 Primuses. And then a Sanctus. Then he's got 1 5-man hybrids with auto pistols. 1 10-man with hand flamers. 1, 2, 3 20-mans of neophytes with all the guns that they can take, and 1 10-man of neophytes with all the guns that they can take. 1 mortar ridge runner with the spotter. 2 heavy mining laser ridge runners together as a unit. 2 big units of Adelan Jackals, and 1 big and 1 small unit of Genestealers. Really cool. Like, a bit of everything in the list. No aberrants is probably the most notable thing, but it's Ascension, so you don't really need aberrants in the list. The big units of bikes are interesting with the Jackal Alphas. Interesting to see how he plays those. Hopefully he gets put on a stream. I love watching Genestealer Cult on stream. I think it's just really interesting to watch and see how the thought process of a game comes out. Whether they win or lose, I don't really care. It's just a really interesting army to play against. Oh, yeah. All the best here to Robin, and absolutely excellent naming all your characters. Very, very fun. Very, very fun. Now we've got Cody and his Drukhari. I hope I played Josh Roberts for Nurse My Army again. Pretty funny. He's playing Reaper's Wage. Oh, so he's playing the new Harlequins Drukhari balancing detachment. Very cool. Haven't actually played against this one yet, so I'm really interested to see how it goes. So he's got an Archon with Webway Walker, and another Archon, 2 Beastmasters. Then he has 2 units of Cabalite Warriors. He has 2 Courts of the Archon as well. Okay. He has 1, 2, 3 Singular Chronos, 2 units of Mandrakes, 2 units of Scourge, a Talos, a Void Raven Bomber, and 1 troop unit and 1 troop master to go with him. Wow. Okay, that is basically playing Drukhari with 1 Harlequin ally, and basically, so you're just taking this for the strats. The strats in Reaper's Wager apparently are very, very good. I haven't really looked into it too much myself yet, but I've heard that they are very strong. So yeah, really cool. Really, that's awesome. That's a very cool list. I like this. Like, no, I'm just gonna still play Drukhari. Like, that's excellent. Okay, Cody, all the best. Mark Hertel next, who's playing Deathwatch. So one of the things with Deathwatch is LVO has ruled that everything gets mission tactics for LVO. It's also in the FAQ that came out today. They said that is not intended. It's only units. It's only the kill teams that get the mission tactics benefit. So your army, your detachment rule. But for LVO, everything's allowed. So if this list looks a little weird, that might be why. But I think Mark is playing a kill team heavy list anyway. Cool. So we got Black Spear Task Force. Captain in Gravis armor with Tome of the Ectoclades, which gives you a second oath once per game. Very awesome. Judicia, Lieutenant with Combi Weapon, and Watchmaster. All very good characters. 2 5-man Deathwatch veteran units with Frag Cannon, Furnace Launcher, Double Thunderhammer. Awesome. 1 10-man with similar loadout, just double the loadout. 2 Rhinos, 2 Deathwatch Terminator squads with triple Cyclone missile launchers. These apparently are very good. I play Deathwatch. I haven't played with them yet. I've played with the Indomitor kill teams, which are very strong, but I haven't actually tested out the Terminator squads yet. So he's got 1 Indomitor unit with triple Flamestorm Gauntlet. So it's got 3 aggressors and 3 heavy intercessors. This unit's also really interesting because you get 2 heavy bolters as well. And the heavy bolters are strength 5, AP2, damage 3 with sustained and lethal. Like, they hit hard. Like, this whole unit for 230 points, you get a lot of Dakar out of it. It's really interesting. A very, very cool unit, especially with the Gravis Captain attached to them. Really makes it a very strong unit. Storm Theater Thunderstrike to get that +1 to wound. Since you're not generic Marines or Ultramarines, you don't get the +1 to wound, so there's another nice way of adding that back in against vehicles. I can see this list definitely could struggle into vehicles a little bit, so nice little tick there. And then a Talon Strike kill team, which is the new Primaris one that gets to have the Inceptors in it, and has 5 Assault Bolter heavy intercessors. Awesome. Very cool list. I know Mark is a very strong player, so all the best to him, and I really want him to do well with the Deathwatch. I think that would be just awesome to see these guys really shine. Very cool list. Looking forward to seeing it. And then Brian Doherty with World Eaters. Okay, so we got a Berserker Warband. So the standard list here, we have Angron, Lord Invocatus, World Eaters, Master of Execution with Berserker Glaive. 2 units of Jackals, unit of 10 Berserkers, unit of 5 Berserkers, World Eaters Rhino, 2 8-bound, 1 6, 1 3 Exalted 8-bound, and 2 Spawn. Beautiful list. Not a lot of innovation with World Eaters at the moment. That's a really nice list. Still hits really hard. This will definitely prey on the Starshader lists that are out there. This should just eat it up. So I think that's if you're taking this, you're kind of hoping to get put into those kind of shooty matchups a bit more. Still very good into the melee matchups as well. A good World Eaters pilot can go really far off the list, and Brian being one of the best World Eaters players in the world right now is, yeah, I wish him all the best. Really cool list. What do we got next? We've got Nathaniel and his Tyranids. This is Vanguard Onslaught. Okay, what do we got now? So it's Vanguard. Okay, cool. We've got 3 Broodlords, Death Leaper, Neuro Tyrant, Winged Hive Tyrant. Okay, so quite aggressive on the characters. 3 units of 10 Genestealers. Whew. 2 Lictors, 2 Neurolictors, 2 6-man Raveners, a 3-man Ravenator, a Screamer Killer Carnifex, and 1 unit of Von Ryan's Leapers. This guy wants violence and nothing else. This is awesome. This list, if it goes first, it absolutely punishes you. It stages up super aggressively and it's like, come at me. And if you do, then it kills you. Very cool list. The issue I have with Vanguard is everything is made of paper. Everything dies so quickly. but you do hit like an absolute truck. So if you can be the one that hits first, you're in a really good position. If you can't be the one that hits first, it starts becoming a little rough, a little quick. But really awesome list. Really, I love the aggressive style. Like, very cool. Like, just 30 Genestealers with leaders, the Raveners, the Von Ryan's Leapers, the Lictors to do all your missions. Like, awesome list. Very awesome. All the best. Now we have TJ Lanigan with Thousand Suns. What's he got here? Okay, so we've got Cult of Magic, so he's not playing the new Grotmist attachment, which is known to be a bit on the weaker side. He's got Armin on disc, Exalted Sorcerer on disc, with Lord of Forbidden Law, which is to get to do the extra Cabal, Infernal Master with Arcane Vortex, because that's just a silly good combo, and an Infernal Master with Umbrellific Crystal, which is the in your command phase teleport, Magnus the Red, and 1000 Suns Sorcerer. So nice complement of characters. He has a lot of characters, so there isn't going to be too much more to this list. 1, 2, 3 units of rubrics, all with flamers, it looks like. Yeah. 2 Mutilus Vortex Beasts to actually hold some primary for you. 1, 2 units of cultists, and 2 units of Zangors to you. So that's your other primary and your action economy in this list. The list is really lean now. Like, when you're taking this many characters, because they are all so good, like that's 300 points, 430, 5. You're taking 1100 points of characters in this list, like, and it's not even that many characters, but they are all very good, characters. But yeah, TJ is a very good player. He's been playing Thousand Suns pretty much the past few years, I believe. So like, really expect him to do really well here. Hopefully he can make the boys in blue and gold sing. Yeah, very cool list there, TJ. And on to the next. We got Kyle Grundy with his Retaliation Kadra Tau Empire list. Kyle is part of has the Pure Tie program, so if you want to get better at playing Tau, look him up on YouTube and you can see his videos and stuff. He does some really great content out there. You got Commander Farsight, Commander in Cold Star Battlesuit with Internal Grenade Racks, Commander in Cold Star Battlesuit with Prototype Weapon System for the Lethals or Sustained. He has 2 Enforcer Commanders. One of them has a Starflare Ignition System. I'm not going over all the weapon loadouts. You can see them here if you want to look at them. Then we have 2 units of Broadside Battlesuits, a Fire Knife Battlesuit team with Missile Pods, a Fire Knife team with Plasma. Really great having that synergy to just whichever one you need for the matchup is better. I know it's like, well, shouldn't you just pick and choose? But like, having the flexibility of having both available, I think is just really good. Then you have a Crisis Star Scythe team with Burst Cannons, and then 2 Sunforge teams, 2 units of Kroot Carnivores, Pathfinder team with Recon Drone, 1, 2, 3 stealth teams, and a unit of Vespids at the end there. Really, really nice list. Like, it's very hard not to take 3 units of stealth teams. Like, they're just very good. A unit of Vespid for secondary play is just really good. The Kroot just to help hold down your primary for the game, especially in Retaliation Cadre where you're uppy downing and wanting to jump all around the place. Having this to just lock down your primary and getting them sticky is really important. Really, really important. And the Sunforge and the Broadsides to push through damage to vehicles and heavier things, and then the Fire Knights to kind of just be your smattering of other stuff. Really cool list. Really love it. Kyle Grundy is an amazing player. He's like top 4 in the world right now, and he only plays Tau, so really awesome. Wish him the best. What do we got next? We got Cohen Klein with his Space Wolves. Cool. He's playing Champions of Rust. Awesome. What's he got? Logan Grimnar. And he's the Warlord, so he gives the whole army reroll charges when he barks once per game. Then we have 3 Wolfguard Battle Leaders on Thunderwolves, 3 Wolf Lords on Thunderwolves. Okay. Then we have 1 Invader ATV with Onslaught Gatling. Must be like a mission plane piece. 1 Scout Squad with what you'd expect. 2 scout squads, sorry. Oh, 1, 2, 3 scout squads. Gosh, I can't count here. Then we have 1, 2, 3 max units of Thunderwolf Cavalry, makes total sense. And then we finish the list off with 2 Vindicators, because Vindicators and Marines just go together like bread and butter at the moment, apparently. This list is very aggressive. Really pushing into probably the sustained hits to make the Thunderwolf actually really hit with Champions of Russ. And yeah, just going for it. I love it. It's very aggressive. It's 3 big bricks and then a couple of small units, and that's really the entire list. Hoping that your scouts just score all your secondary and primary for you, and you just push your opponent and put them in jail with the Wolf Guard, or with the Thunderwolves. Awesome list. On to the final one, we have Innes Wilson, who is the top-ranked ITC player at the moment, playing his Space Marine Blood Angels Liberator Assault Group. This list is pretty eclectic, but it's also, he came second at Nottingham last weekend with a very similar list that was running Desolation Marines. This one isn't running Desolation Marines, but is very similar otherwise. So let's run through it. So it's Liberator Assault Group for the +2 strength, +1 attack on the charge. He has a captain with Gift of Foresight, which I believe gives you an auto 6 on a hit, wound, or save per round. He has a captain with Rage-Fueled Warrior to give them sustained hit 3 in melee. Librarian and Phobos armor, which is a really interesting piece together with the infiltrators that he has down below, because if you're worried about, like, say, like Nassim and his indirect batteries that he has, because he has the ordnance batteries and the mortars, Librarian and Phobos armor and infiltrators, you can't target them outside of 12, sorry, and you can't target. You have to be within 12 to target them. So, and you can't drop through within 12. So your Scions can't ever touch them from Deep Strike. So you have to get out and deal with them in other ways. So if you play around with that, that's a really good combo to keep your armies safe against those drop shooting armies. Okay, we have an assault squad, an assault intercessor squad. Sorry, I just need a drink. Oh, so we have that assault intercessor squad and 2 intercessor squads. You need the sticky now games. I think 1 unit of intercessors is kind of just mandatory. You just need to be able to sticky your objectives with the indirect in the meta at the moment. 2 impulses with the shield domes for the invols. 3 units of jump pack intercessors, just very good value. 90 points is still just such a good price point for what you get there. 2 ballista dreads. They are pretty Oath of Moment agnostic, so just kind of nice utility pieces to have. 2 units of infiltrators to block out those deep strikes and give those dropping down armies a bit of a headache. A unit of Reavers for OC shenanigans, and can also, with the grab shoots, deep strike if need be. 1 unit of scouts. 1 Sternguard veteran unit. I think one of the captains goes with this, because the Sternguard veterans, especially in Liberators, they have a lot of attacks in melee and they shoot decently enough, and also, quite interestingly, because they get full rerolls against the oath target, you can always make sure that your captain that is attached to them gets reroll wounds, even if your opponent isn't on an objective, because often you'll pair a captain with assault intercessors, but they have to be on an objective to get their rerolls. So this is another nice way. It's 25 points more, but you kind of change the versatility. You get more attacks, but less with AP. You get more power fist attacks, but you also get the shooting from them, which is just nice chip damage as well. Really cool piece here. I actually really like the Sternguard veterans. And then 2 Vindicators to finish off the list. Vindicators and Space Marine lists just seem to be really, really popular right now. And yeah, that's kind of all I have. That's everything for the list. Let's go back to this one. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe and do all those other cool things. I'm really enjoying bringing this content out to you guys. Hopefully this was interesting. Hopefully I can put the tabs on where each army is for this one, so you can just click and find what the faction specialist is for your army is taking to LVO this year. You do have to remember that LVO is kind of an interesting environment as well. You have to take much more of an all-comers list, because you also have to be kind of terrain agnostic, because they use GW, their own, and WTC terrain layouts. So really interesting that the lists really do have to be as broad and just as safe as possible. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.